Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosophers. In the self-help space, they've been super popular lately, and for good reason. The Stoics are so cool.
Memento mori, bro.
You gotta use logic and reason to solve your life problems,
to be happy, or you choose to be miserable.
Don't focus on the external, focus on the internal.
Philosopher Emperor, my guy, yeah!
I agree. I love Stoic philosophy, reading their books, binging YouTube videos for motivation. Well, everyone has such a big rock-hard boner for these guys when it comes to your work, when it comes to starting a business, politics, mental health, society at large. And yet, when it comes to the subject of dating and women and sex, it flies right out the window. And there's crying and raging and giving up and black pill, wishing the world was different. If only women would act right, then we would be able to fix society and silence your bitch ass. It's time to apply Stoic philosophy to game. We're talking Stoic rizz here, guys. Buckle up. Now, before we get right into it, I want to say something. I am completely aware that the Stoic philosophers of ancient times, in their personal lives and even in their Stoic writings, they weren't too keen on sex. In fact, they either mentioned it as a distraction or as something that just should be avoided completely, especially when it comes to extramarital sex and definitely having an affair. I'm gonna respect it. They were men of their age, that was ancient Roman culture, and that's fine. But today is today. We are going to take the Stoics' overarching philosophies and apply them to modern times and modern dating. So we're just gonna roll with it, okay? Stoic rizz tip number 1. Live according to nature. We have to accept the nature of the world we live in and then live it out to our best. First quote is from my boy, Seneca. We must employ nature as our guide. And now for my boy, Marcus Aurelius. Keep the following points in mind. What the nature of the whole is and what my own nature is. No one can prevent you in what you do and say from always being in accord with that nature of which you are a part of. How does accepting nature for what it is and playing our part in nature have to do with game? You have to accept the nature of women. You have to accept the nature of men. You have to accept the nature of the game. The game is the game is the game. The game is the same no matter where you go. That's some pimp talk, but it's real. Hypergamy. You gotta accept it. The nature of women is they like to date across and up the social hierarchy. In the state of modern dating, on apps like Tinder, women are inundated with matches while most men get nothing. It's in a woman's nature to shit test you. It's in a woman's nature that if her man cries in front of her, she's most likely gonna lose respect for him. Sorry, accept the fact that it's not woman's nature to pursue a man. It does happen, but it's rare. Accept your role as a man, that you must be the one to pursue. Accept that women have instincts. They look for healthy, strong, confident, well-connected men in society. Accept that women want you, the man, to lead. Accept that women want to be led by a winner. She does not want to lead a loser. Accept that women are emotional. It's man's nature and his role to rise above her emotionality and be more logical, to lead her in the direction that they need to go. It's a man's role to pursue, to get rejected, to keep trying, and to keep bettering himself. That is the nature of men and women. Accept the game for what it is. You'll be a lot happier if you do. If you're upset about the nature of the game or upset about the nature of women, well, that's not very stoic of you now, is it, bro? Cool. Moving on to Stoic rizz tip number 2. Know what is under your control and what is not. Do all that you can and then let go of everything else. There are things which are within our power, and there are things which are beyond our power. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So how do we apply these philosophies to the game? Essentially, you as a man need to make a mental assessment. What am I actually able to control when it comes to dating? And what is out of my hands? So let's run the list. What can't you control? You can't control if a girl doesn't find you attractive, if a girl rejects you or not, if a girl is going to be respectful and loving to you when she's in a relationship with you, if a girl will sleep with you, or if a girl will sleep with you as much as you'd like her to sleep with you, if a girl breaks up with you, if a girl cheats on you. When you really think about it, her choices, her feelings, her actions are not up to you, ever. They're not up to anyone else but her. And the same goes for you. You really need to get it in your mind that those things are things that are a waste of time for you to worry about or try to fix. I want to give a big shout out to Alan Roger Currie, an OG in the game, rest in peace. In his book, Mode 1, I highly recommend you buy it, by the way, he takes a very stoic philosophy towards attraction, namely that you can't negotiate attraction. You cannot make a woman who is not interested in you, interested in you. The realistic fact is there are some women on this earth who are not attracted to you, never have been, never will be. No matter what you change or improve, there are women who will never, ever, ever find themselves interested in you. Alan's point is that it's a waste of time to worry about whether women reject you, whether women like you. Instead, you should be focusing on yourself and finding the women who are interested in you. So, we covered what you can't control, but what can you control? A man controls his physical appearance, his physical health, the clothing he wears, his grooming, his social skills, his pursuit for his passions, his demeanor, his actions, his profile pictures on Tinder, how much he swipes in a day, how many boosts he's willing to pay for, the number of women that he goes up to in the street and asks them out on a date, how many women he's straightforward and truthful with, how he decides to feel about rejection, how flirtatious he is, what he's willing to accept and not accept from a woman when she's giving him bad attitude, how long he stays in a relationship if he's not happy. There are so many things that a man does have control over. The more men focus on the things they actually can change and reject and forget about the things that he can't control, the more likely you are going to attract women. Men have the power to play the numbers game and play it well. The more you improve your appearance, the more you improve your attitude, the more you improve your overall life, the more attractive you will likely be to more women. Maybe not a specific woman that you have in mind, but you will be growing in your general attractiveness. You will be attracting a larger amount of women. That's something you can control. Forget about everything you can't control and only focus on the stuff you can. Don't waste time on things you can't change. And finally, Stoic Rizz tip numero 3. Don't try to put off your dating issues. Don't try to run away or distract yourself, or even have a bunch of meaningless sex when you know you actually want to have a serious relationship. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. Does it surprise you that running away doesn't do you any good? The things you're running away from are with you all the time. If you want to enjoy your travel, you must make your traveling companion a healthy one. Whatever your particular issue is with dating, don't run away from it. Work on it. Go at it head on. You will be successful if you continue to work on it. Acquiring a mate, learning the skill of dating and sex, finally getting laid, gaining sexual confidence, these are all worthy goals to strive for. Don't run away. Don't distract yourself with other things. If there's something about dating that's eating away at you, it's always gonna be there, unless you take care of it. Handle your business. If you have resentment towards women, sexual shame, you have fear of dating, or a massive desire to find intimacy or a relationship, but you just don't know where to start, the Stoics have the answer. The obstacle is the way. Running away won't make them go away. In today's society, men are often ridiculed that they don't already know how to talk to women, or that it's so easy, what are you crying about? Or that you shouldn't even care about it in the first place. But I assure you, the majority of men have these desires, have these problems, and it is something worth pursuing. If you decide to finally start working at it, bit by bit, you will get the victory in time. Accept male and female nature. Accept the nature of the game and play your role. Assess and understand what you can't control and what you can control. Focus completely on the things you can control and put the things you can't control out of your mind. Stop avoiding the game and start working at it. Get the peace of mind that you handled this part of your life for good. Well, that's it. Leave a comment down below about what you think about this. If you want to see more of this stuff, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Action Savage. I love you.